So I hope you're doing well. Today I will show you the one of the toughest laws I have ever had to suffer from. It's a game that I played against Nijat Abbasov. So Abbasov played the candidates, top 100 in the world, I think almost 2700 FIDE, and I was completely winning against him at the title Tuesday, but we will see where I actually slipped. And this is a very, very interesting lesson for you guys because I will show you what it basically takes to beat someone higher rated than you. It can be a GM, it can be whatever, even someone rated 1800, even though you're rated 1400, it doesn't matter. Subscribe to this channel, like, because this is a very high quality lesson. There will be a little bit of theoretical explanations in the beginning, and then I will, of course, show you what I actually did wrong, what I did wrong, and why I did actually everything wrong. So, knight f3, like always, c5, g3, knight c6. Now he wants to play e5, and that is why he played with c5 and knight c6. I play d4, so that e5 becomes impossible. And if he takes, and then tries to play e5 at some point, I can basically take on c6, give black the huge center, but I have some good ways to fight. There is also d takes c6, which is a very known line to fight for the draw with the black pieces, and this is basically a draw from that now. But it doesn't matter since I have a ton of experience thanks to the title Tuesday in that. So if someone prepares that against me, no, don't prepare that. I'm better. So knight f6. He didn't play e5. He waited a little bit for that. Bishop g2. The engine doesn't like that, but it's still a theoretical move. d5, which the engine, like always, doesn't like. The engine says c4. Oh, I'm misclicking a lot. c4, e6. Something is wrong with my mouse. c4, e6, and basically he will get he will basically get the, how's it called again, the huge center with the e6 pawn and the d5 pawn, but I don't really care because I have the play on this long diagonal. Anyway, he played d5, I played castles, which is alright, e5. Now we get back into the real theory, says the engine, but it doesn't matter since I can play c4, and even though it's a theory, I know that I know this position better than you do. And even if you know this position as well as I do, it doesn't matter. In practice, it's very difficult to defend with the huge center. One of the best ways to defend is to play e4 or to actually play d4, give me, the exchange, but then I actually get some compensations, especially in that position. I think you have to wait. For example, I think it's like this, and if knight c3 now, which is wrong, there is d4, and if we play the same position, now I can play knight d5, and this position is definitely playable for both colors. So let's go back. Bishop e7, I didn't play knight c3 because I don't like this d4 variation. I played bishop g5. By the way, if he had gone for h6, now I can play the same move, knight c3, and now it's no longer the same because the bishop doesn't take part into the game, which means that I could play, for example, f3, or for example queen b3, and I basically now it's all right. Let's put it that way. Anyway, bishop e7, bishop g5, bishop e6. So he's defending the pawn. He's not really threatening to take because yeah, knight c3, rook b8. So the engine doesn't like that move. It's one of the most played moves in that position, and I here know I'm already better in practice, and also technically I'm better because I can take on f6, take on d5, retake on d5, and I'm up a pawn. So the engine doesn't like that. The engine prefers bishop takes, but this is not what I play. Knight d5, rook b2, and now I know that I'm winning, and I had a game against an international master on Lee chess in a classical game. I don't remember the name now. One day I will remember the name. It doesn't matter anyway. And in that position, I played the move queen a4, and after 15 minutes of thoughts, he ended up playing the move that played, Nijat, but I understood that basically it's better if I don't have this knight on the board at all, because now he can play queen d7, and okay, probably I'm all right, and I'm definitely better because of takes bishop c6, but I preferred to take on f6 first, and then go queen a4 check. There is no king f8 because of queen a3, simple tactic, bishop d7, and now I take on a7, and honestly speaking, I know the theory until here. I think that in my notes somewhere there is something like, oh, I go queen there, I win the pawn, and I stop there. So I never practiced this position, which I'm completely winning. You can see, by the way, that I took, that I don't took a lot of time to play this position, but he did. I think you can see that. No, I have 2 minutes 54 and he has 1 minute 50. 1 minute 50. So it's, there's a huge difference. All right, bishop d7, queen takes a7. Queen b6, and now it's a free win. It's completely winning if I play the move queen takes b6, rook takes b6, and a4. And this is completely winning because he has no way to actually defend against my pass pawn. I will play rook b1, rook b6, or rook b7, or whatever, and my pawn will always get support either on a8, or once it's on b6, it will go to b7, supported by the bishop. The engine says something like plus 1000. Of course, this is completely winning. Anyway, I somehow didn't take on b6, even though I knew that I was better. But I thought, now be careful, I thought that I can have something better. So I played queen a8. He played queen b8, and it doesn't change anything. I just take, go a4, a5, a6, and whatever, and I'm once again completely winning. But here I made a mistake. I played the move queen d5, which the engine agrees, but this is not a good move. The reason why I thought I'm still better here is because the king is in the center. Notice now what's the difference. If I had gone for some concrete moves calculation, like takes on b6, takes back, and then a4, a5, a6, and whatever, I would have won the game. And I know that I can win this position against anyone. Why? Because I have a lot of practice, in all these positions. I basically trust myself for that. But, and now this is where the problem starts. I thought, yeah, I'm winning, and this is all I thought about. I was like, yeah, I'm winning, and no other words came through my mind. Winning. But this is not the right way to play chess. If I'm smart enough, I would just realize here that I have nothing, and I would just have traded on b8, push the a pawn, and be winning. But I played queen d5, bishop e6, queen c5. I was like, yeah, winning, the king can castle, and I will play this move, and thousands of moves and ideas which don't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense. I'm still better, but I'm not winning. It's not dead lost. He played the move f6, so he kept playing good moves. When you're dead lost, keep playing good moves. This will always help you. I played rook fd1, which is okay. I mean, I played queen c5 to let my bishop get in, and now I'm not using my bishop. Well, king f7, bishop d5, so this is a good move. I'm still better. Queen b6, and now it becomes, yeah. Here, once again, if I want to be better or at least not lose, I can just trade, play bishop g2, or I would even suppose something else. I don't know. What does the engine say? The engine says, yeah, queen c4. What I play? No, I didn't even play that. But bishop c4 just to keep the tension. Takes, rook takes, and the tension is alive. And if you go queen e6, trying to get out of this this cover attack, I go rook d7 check. The queen can take, it's pinned, and you lose the queen. So I ended up playing bishop takes e6, queen takes, queen c7, and I thought that I'm winning here. Notice the question mark. The problem is, I wasn't thinking anymore. So what am I talking about? It doesn't make any sense. Rook g8, and this is when I realized that I'm not lost anymore, that I'm not winning anymore. And I realized that he wasn't lost anymore. But okay, what should I do in that position? I should actually use my extra pawn. a4, a5, a6, a7, this, and if takes, I have rook g7, and some other thing. But notice how square simple everything actually is. I'm up a pawn, I can push this pawn and win the game. What didn't I do? I didn't push the pawn. And this is how people lose at chess. They don't take time to appreciate the advantage that they have. They don't take time to I'm sorry. They don't take time to actually understand why they are winning. Of course, it's a blitz game. In a classical game, you would never be winning against Basov. It doesn't matter. I will never play against him in a classical game. I mean, I'm a candidate master. He's top 100 in the world. We do not play the same tournaments. So I don't really care about that. What I care about is that I wasn't capable of realizing that the only reason why I'm winning is my a pawn, even though I grabbed the pawn on a7. And it has nothing to do with I'm dumb or I don't know how to play chess. It has something to do with the fact that I stopped thinking, and I was like winning, 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 and that's it. And this is not the right approach. Um, when I'm explaining you something, when I'm teaching you something, guys, I always take the time to show you the right methodology, the right thinking process, and I'm taking time to explain it to you. I'm showing you very concrete examples on my YouTube channels. I'm also writing a report of basically everything on my Leeches blogs. So go check my Leeches blogs, Loris Tavernier on Leeches, you will find me. And the fact that I didn't do that I didn't apply what I know is the best, because in a classical game, I would have taken more time. But it doesn't matter, because I would still have to do the same thing as in the Blitz game, which is to identify my strength, my weaknesses, and get along with that. I played rook e7, the engine already doesn't like that anymore, and after queen g4, this is equal because now he actually starts getting an attack. And this is what I thought about, and I stopped thinking once again. I didn't realize that I can always, after queen takes, play rook f1 and keep playing the position, like a4, queen e2, rook f1, and I'm defended. I played the move e3, which is alright, h5, and when I saw h5, I was like, oh no, but oh no isn't an argument. This is not something you should be proud of. You shouldn't be looking at a chessboard and say, oh no. No, this is nothing. It's garbage, In German, we say it's only cheese, this is only, das ist nur Käse, Quatschkäse und so weiter. Uh, yeah, and this is exactly what happened. And I played queen c1. The engine liked that move, but it's not the best move according to the engine himself. The best move was basically just to play h4. And if I play queen c1, it's only a good move if after rook gb8. So notice now that the rook is allowed to move because my queen isn't on c7 anymore, and therefore I'm no longer attacking g7. I played queen d1, which is because now I understood that some problems might actually appear on the first rank. So I played queen d1, trying to trade the queens. Yeah, because now he will of course trade the queens, even though he can basically crush me on the first rank. He played queen f5. And the reason why I'm lost is because after queen f5, queen f1 to defend the checkmate threat, he can go rook b1 and win my queen. Instead, I should have gone rook c7, says the engine, and once you go queen f5, queen f5, queen f1, rook b1, I can trade, and if you trade back, I have rook c1. And now this is that equal if he trades, but I'm still better because I'm up a pawn. But even if it's not that equal, this is better than just losing the game. And after queen d1, I'm lost because of queen f5, and I lost my queen, and that's the end of everything. And I played some more moves, trying to digest, my loss, and of course, here I resigned. So, to keep it simple, of course, you can read the blog just to see this everything that I just explained right now, but just to keep it simple, what I did wrong was to be a little bit cocky. I wanted more than what I actually had. I never took time to actually appreciate my position, to appreciate the advantage that I had, and it of course cost me the game. So how to deal with that? First of all, take your time. Uh, you have more time on the clock, take your time. You have less time on the clock, it doesn't matter. Take your time. Try to understand what's wrong with your position. And this is what Ding Liren is doing, and everyone is blaming him because he's almost losing on time in every game. Of course, we're not playing at the same level, but we are all looking at the same chessboard. Me and my opponent saw the same thing, except that we took the best decision according to what we saw. I thought that queen d1 was the best decision to deal with everything. Of course it wasn't, but we saw the same connection on the first rank, me and Abasov. But he took the best decision, because in the end of the day, that's all what matters. Nothing else matters more than just taking the right decision. And to take the right decision, you have to appreciate what you have, take time to understand what you have. And this is where things become difficult. Once you understand how to deal and how to use everything you have, this is how you will actually start playing better moves. You will start recognizing more patterns. You will start, you will just be a better chess player. Simple as that. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you have any more questions, just let me know in the comment section. It's starting to be hot here because I'm thinking about this game and I'm thinking about my feeling when I played against him. Especially because after this round, I think he played against Giri. I'm not sure, but I think he played against Giri, which means that normally if I had won against Abasov, I would have had a chance to play with Anish Giri. So thank you very much. See you in the future. Take care.